said I was going to record a video for, actually for anyone who wants to start with the urine therapy, just sharing my way of doing it, talking a little bit about my experiences, hopefully encouraging anyone who wants to heal himself, herself with this very simple method. And especially this person, I don't know his name, who is 75 years old, I think, and he's very encouraged to start with it. I guess he already started. Great. This is really the best thing that you can do to improve your health, to heal just anything, really. I have seen it myself, and as have done thousands of other people. I mean, you just need to give a quick look at all the amazing testimonials. They are really true. I have been able to test it for myself, how this really works. And I was, of course, very impressed the first time I started reading through the testimonials, and I started with The Water of Life, which is a book that I always recommend to anyone as a start. That I think it's so simple. The urine therapy is so simple that just by reading this very small book, it's enough. It was enough for me to understand the implementation of this, and then my own experience taught me the rest, showed me the way, because all the knowledge is really in us. Our bodies have the abilities to heal themselves. They do the job perfectly. We only have to remove all the obstacles in the way. That this is what it actually comes to in the end, is about not interfering anymore in this natural mechanism, healing mechanism. The body knows how to heal itself. The body, we don't need any doctors, we don't need any external medicine. We have everything in us. And we can see this, proof of this, since the moment we are born, we come into this world, because when we cut ourselves, when we burn, when we suffer any injuries, we see how our bodies heal themselves, repair themselves by themselves without the need of anything, and the younger we are as little children or babies, the quicker this process happens, because our bodies are more clean, because there is much less interference in the way, standing in the way, blockages standing in the way that interfere with this natural mechanism, healing mechanism, with these natural abilities of the body. And as I've come to see, this comes from our own source of energy. This is the natural flow of our energy. And to me, that energy is our soul. It comes from our soul. It doesn't come from food. It doesn't come from anything external. We are that energy. We are that energy manifesting in this human form. We know that energy creates matter, right? Without energy, there is no matter. Behind every matter, there is energy. So this is the energy source that has created our bodies, and that gives our bodies, all our cells, the breath of life. It's our soul. And the only thing that we have to do is remove all the junk that we have put into our bodies that is preventing this energy to flow freely the way it's supposed to flow naturally. And then we see the magic happening. And there is no other tool on earth that I know of, at least, that does this job best than urine therapy, than a urine fast, to remove all these obstacles. And it's also important to understand where these obstacles come from, so that we stop producing more obstacles, you know. And to me, I have come to see a big part is our diet. It was the way I was eating, the food I was eating. When it was not natural food, it created these toxic residues in my system. So that's why I always also make emphasis to make dietary changes, to stop putting more toxic food, to stop creating more blockages, interferences in the way, obstacles, clogging our energy channels. And at the same time, start practicing the urine therapy, using our urine to cleanse our body, to quicken this process of removing all the junk, removing all the obstacles from our channels, freeing all our channels so that our energy can flow again and we can experience this magic. And the only thing that we have to be ready for is to go through this process of removal of obstacles, which is the detox phase, detoxification, in a very patient way, surrendering to it, you know, because it's gonna be painful, it's gonna be disgusting, it's not gonna be comfortable. We will see these obstacles, these toxins coming out, and it's not gonna be a nice picture. It's not gonna be a nice experience, but it's a very important one. And it's important to understand that this is gonna happen, and it can come with different symptoms, as you know, can vary from, you know, endless in different ways according to every person's, you know, body, because each body accumulates the junk or the waste or the toxins in different ways, storages them in different ways. So we might have packages of storages in toxins here and there. They are going to start coming out, and it's important to not freak out, to not be concerned about it, to embrace this process and allow it to happen, to surrender to it, to also be thankful, remain in a grateful state, you know, throughout this process, and continue with the urine therapy in spite of the diarrhea or inflammation or pain or headaches or sweating or fever or you know, all the different things, vomits, dizziness, you know, as much as confusing it can be to go through these different symptoms, it's important to know that we can trust our bodies always, and they know what to do. Our own energy is our own soul is in charge and knows what to do. Is our own consciousness, is the consciousness in each one of our cells, which is this energy, which is something divine, and we can totally trust it. And okay, so it's diet, changing our diet, or even better, fasting, because by fasting we completely eliminate all the food, you know, all the burden of putting things inside of our bodies that our bodies have to digest, you know. But if we continue eating, then at least be it something, foods that are very easy to digest, and those are the natural foods, the foods in their natural state. To me, those are what the foods, the products that are produced by Mother Nature. The foods that grow in plants, in trees, and unaltered, unmodified, in their natural state. Fresh fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds, but mainly high water content fruits is, for me, number one, the most easier food to digest, the most compatible with my human nature. And then vegetables, high water content vegetables as well, green leaves, and little bit of nuts and seeds to cope with the addiction of cooked foods. And that is for sure gonna be also a burden to overcome. But if a person is really struggling with something serious, a chronic disease that person wants to heal very quickly, then to me there is no other way than to embark on a urine fast. The way that John Armstrong has proposed in his book, The Water of Life. I would highly recommend to read this book and understand John Armstrong's protocol, which is very simple. And in a nutshell, I can tell you, is fasting on all your urine, start drinking every drop that your body produces. There is no such thing as taking only the middle stream or just drinking all the urine, every drop of it is good. And then saving some urine beforehand for whole body rubs. And I would suggest that this is from my own experimentation, also to do enemas with it. Enemas are wonderful to support this inner cleanse. And the whole body rubs are beyond amazing with a little bit cultivated urine, like aged urine, at least 4 days old urine, because it becomes more potentized. The stem cells in it multiply in trillions and trillions after only a couple of days. The longer it's cultivating, the more, the better, the more potent it becomes, of course. But at least 4 days old, starting with this, old urine, do the whole body massage. Through the pores, the urine, this aged urine goes into the body and also does its wonder. And combining these things, drinking all the fresh urine that the body produces and using aged urine, which can be your own urine or also the urine of any other person who can donate it for you, can be another a family member or just any other person. Any urine is good, even from the opposite sex. Your body will know how to work out with whatever is there in the other person's urine, even if it's from the opposite sex. The hormones can be transmuted. The body has the technology. It's an imperfect laboratory of alchemical laboratory and can do anything as long as it's, in the urine, all the elements are perfectly digested, separated, are very easily to identify for the body. So it doesn't require that much work in digesting it or in processing it. It can immediately use it in the best way and tweak things and just work its magic and transmute it into whatever the body needs at that moment in time. So any urine is good as well to use for whole body rubs or enemas, or even for drinking. If you don't have your own at that time, you can use the urine of another person. But of course, your own is perfectly designed for you, is your own perfect medicine, and this should be your first choice always. And just combining all the methods that there are and that you can think of in how to use your urine, not only drinking it, but drinking it through your skin by massaging it on your skin over and over. I just take the urine in a glass, my aged urine, and I start pouring it on my head. I massage my scalp. I soak up my entire hair and my skin, of course, and go down, you know, every drop I make sure that it goes into my skin, into my body. It will go into my bloodstream. It will reach all my cells through the epidermis. You know, it will reach all my tissues much more rapidly, in a more efficient way through my skin, because when I'm drinking it, the urine has to go past through the digestive juices, and some elements, some hormones cannot survive the acidity of the gastric juices, or this process of digestion. So if I am also at the same time using the urine, penetrating, making it penetrate and reach my bloodstream, my body, all my tissues, all my cells, through whole body rubs, then I am taking much more advantage of this. And they are reaching all these wonderful stem cells and nutrients, and so many elements that are present in the urine are reaching all my capillaries, all my cells, through the external doors, you know. So in this way I am supporting much more my body to cleanse itself, to remove waste. I have seen that in my very first whole body massage session that I had, that I did, which was more than 20 years ago when I started with the urine therapy, after having read the book, finishing reading the book in just one day, you know, John Armstrong's book. I collected my urine. It was 4 days old, and I did almost an hour and a half of whole body rubs with my aged urine. I was fasting that day. I started with urine fast right away. I wanted to go for 3 days. I could only go for 1.5 days, but it doesn't matter. What I experienced was amazing. After only this first session of over an hour of whole body rubs with 4-day-old urine, wow, I saw the effect that it had on my skin, on my body. This aged urine immediately made my body dump out all its heavy metals. It was really unbelievable to experience this. My body was very toxic at that time, and I really needed a detox program. And this came perfectly at the exact perfect timing in my life. So my body started really pouring out through all my pores, thanks to the aged urine that penetrated and that did the job for me, allowed my pores to open up and to clear the pathways of elimination, activated my immune system as well. So it started this synergy of perfect synchronicity, perfect functioning, and I saw how my body started pouring out through all my pores all these toxins. And it started with heavy metals, with the most difficult things to cleanse in the body, that we know there are so many different practices and protocols to get rid of heavy metals, and they take months or weeks or so much time and effort and money. And here I was, just doing one session, my very first one session of whole body rubs with aged urine, and seeing all these dirt, heavy metals, really heavy junk coming out through all my pores. It was so freaking unbelievable, really freaking unbelievable. But it really was very clear, because it tasted, all my pores started dumping this waste. I smelled it, I tasted it. It was very bitter. My entire skin was covered with this bitter metallic taste, and it smelled like that. And wow, it was really unbelievable. It had the exact taste and smell of painkillers that I had been taking my entire life since I was a teenager, because I suffered from very intensive stomach pain, cramps, menstrual cramps. So I was used to taking these painkillers, and I thought it was, okay, just take a pill, pop a pill if you feel pain. I didn't know any better, but my body started accumulating. It kept accumulating and accumulating, and this is the thing. Through our diet, through what we ingest on a daily basis, put into our bodies, into our systems, we slowly, gradually start toxifying, polluting our system, our bodies, and we have problems later on, because this heavy toxicity, this waste cannot be properly removed and stays in our tissues. And this is the beauty of the urine therapy. It's so simple and effective. It works even with one session. You just need to do it to experience it for yourself. It was important that I was fasting, of course. That day I hadn't eaten anything, so I was not interfering with any additional work of digestion for my body to really focus on cleansing. And then the length of the whole body rubs that I did, and I was really vigorously rubbing my entire skin, really like being very conscious of getting all this aged urine into my cells. And then I saw, after I finished the session, after I was only 45 minutes into it, I started feeling that there was something coming out, and that it had this taste, this metallic taste and smell. It was so intense. And I even had to take many showers afterwards, because even after having finished my session, my body's continued pouring out, dumping, eliminating all this toxicity. It was amazing. I had to take like 3 showers afterwards, because it kept coming out. It's really a miracle. It's really amazing. It's your own body doing the work, and you supporting it with the urine therapy, with your own perfect medicine. So you just need to start practicing it and start doing it. It's very simple. You just drink all your urine and start massaging your whole body with it. Do 1, 2, 3, 4 sessions of whole body rubs in every day. If you want to, have very quick results, then you just do more of it, practice it more, repeat it every day, and for a long time. I ideally, and it's also how John Armstrong healed all these patients. If you read his book, he was telling everyone to do a urine fast and to do at least 2 to 4 hours in total of urine whole body rubs. So divided in 2 sessions or 3, 4 sessions, depending on, each person. I would say wake up in the morning and do 1 session in the morning of an hour, and then at noon take a break and do another session of an hour, and then at night before going to sleep do another one of 1 hour, at least an hour, or if you can 30 minutes, depending on how quickly you want to detoxify your body. And also if you face symptoms that are difficult, like pain, inflammation, detox symptoms, also reach for the whole body rubs with aged urine, because this will ease up the symptoms, because it will enable your body to dump all that is creating these symptoms much quickly, and then you feel much faster. You will feel better. Automatically you feel better when you are released of this burden. You get rid of this burden. Every time I was going to the toilet and having a loose bowel movement, diarrhea or whatever, vomiting or whatever, of course it's not nice to go through that, the motions, but afterwards it's such a relief. It's like, wow, you really get rid of a big weight. So just continue doing it. And if you cannot fast, then at least avoid all the foods that are going to bring more burden to your body to digest. So stick to the most natural diet possible. To me, this is 100% the raw vegan diet or a fruitarian diet, all raw in its natural state, and small quantities as well. Chewing very well as well, every bite of your food. And drinking lots of liquid, drinking lots of water. During the urine fast, you can also drink water if you want. Nowadays, I don't drink any water. I prefer to do a dry urine fast, which is drinking only all my urine and nothing else. But in the beginning, I felt that my body needed more hydration, more water to cleanse itself. But there is no better water really than your own urine and then your aged urine to wash your body from the outside and from the inside through drinking it and through enemas as well. I do lots of enemas every day, especially when I am doing a urine fast. I do several sessions of enemas with aged urine. I sometimes mix my aged urine with fresh urine or with water. And see for yourself, because aged urine is very powerful, is very strong. So and if your intestines are full of toxicity and parasites, then the intestinal walls are going to be inflamed and irritated because of all this toxicity in you. And when you put aged urine, pure aged urine there, it can be very, very painful in the beginning, because it's like putting a very strong, concentrated antibacterial, cream or just this disinfectant on an open wound that is very tender. So maybe you want to first try a little bit and see how you feel, and mix it with dilute it with fresh urine. Just see for yourself, but start doing it, start experimenting it, and just let your body guide you through the process, and trusting the process as well. And you will learn. You will learn so much about you. And I can only encourage everyone to just start doing this, and see the magic that is becoming more and more clean. As the days go by, you will connect much more with your essence, because by removing all the obstacles in the way, this energy that is your spirit starts flowing, much more faster, and you connect with it, starts flowing through your body, through all your channels, and you connect with it because you are it. You are it, and you become conscious of who you are. And guess what? In you, in this energy, it's infinite consciousness, divine consciousness. It's all the answers to all the questions are there. All the wisdom of the whole universe, all the knowledge is there. It's in you. So you connect with it. And you don't need to ask me or listen to me or to anyone. You have this ongoing communication, flawless communication. Is the most amazing thing with your own soul. It's the most amazing thing. It's the most amazing, wonderful reconnection with your true divine self, and you start really discovering yourself, rediscovering yourself, reconnecting with it. And I can only hope and wish that everyone experiences this, because it's like switching your whole life. Start living in bliss, in heaven. And it all comes down to a pure body, to the purification of your temple, and honoring your temple. Once you bring it to a clean and pure state, honor it, loving it, and giving it only the most natural and pure foods. And with that, I will end this video, and I wish you all great health and happiness and love, and I will give you just a big hug. Bye bye.